Here's a quick little video for StreamTeX to show you how you can go about modifying or creating a presentation using the slides mode. Based on information that you're going to provide to Claude. So you start Claude as usual, and then you're going to use the designer, StreamTeX designer, and then you'll ask it to update. The presentation, because for this, I took the default presentation, the template that was created when I did the standard steps. So I told it, basically, delete all the slides from this presentation. And then you need to create a complete presentation. So I'm telling it a presentation of about 10 slides with the goal of finally making a short presentation of the StreamTeX library. By the way, there's an error here. It should be a KI. Capital X. This presentation should be appealing. You give it all the characteristics. Here, I'm telling it to use the user manuals for the presentation content. I'm showing it where it can go to find information. It can also go to GitHub in the 3 GitHub repos linked to the library. I'm asking it to insert images, since I put the API keys in my .env file so it can generate images with Google, OpenAI, and whatever else you want. I'm asking it here to generate 1 image per slide. Well, it's not necessarily the best design, but you can do whatever you want. I'm asking it to use colors to highlight important words. To make the presentation interactive when necessary, for example, with buttons for GitHub, to insert BibTeX references to the GitHub repo, and then to show some LaTeX formulas or GraphViz diagrams. Then I tell it to be a bit sleazy, to sell the library to people who aren't technical. So there it goes. It's starting up. It's going to read the information. So presumably, if you use Claude, you're somewhat familiar with this. So we let it work. It's gathering various pieces of information from the cheat sheet, from GitHub, from existing blocks, and then it suggests a 10-slide presentation structure. The title, Why StreamTeX, with the challenge, introducing it to you, showing you the zero code aspect, and so on. So that looks good to me, but it's not asking me for anything specific right now, so it's just continuing to work. It's generating the BibTeX, references to the GitHub repos or others. And then he starts to write some StreamTeX. So here you can see the syntax that's used to build the different blocks. So I'll skip this because you'll see it when it's in use. And I find myself overall, there we go, insertion of insertion. We see the insertion here. So the presentation is a sequence of blocks. He updates it, he deletes the old blocks from the template, and he adds the blocks he designed. So there he's created 10 slides. He explains the content a little bit. And then it's done. So now I just have to run the book. And I get to the nice presentation that was proposed with the slide template. And then, well, I can go from slide to slide. So we see that he used image generation with the models. So here he explains, which is very interesting, that overall we could benefit from generative AI to design, modify presentations more easily than what we can do with PowerPoint, LaTeX, or Markdown, or other web tools. And then here, so he shows you a feature we added to the library, which is that you have the ability to insert editable images, and so request a generation of an image, possibly change the prompt, and generate another image that will match what works for you to illustrate the idea in the slide. So we'll let it process because the generation takes a little bit of time. There, so here he illustrates the LaTeX formulas, and then he illustrates the graphs we can make with StreamTeX. There, that's quite representative. An idea, we use Claude, we generate StreamTeX, and we have HTML, PDFs, interactive apps. Here are the references that are here. And here we have the reference module, as you can see. So when we insert references into StreamText, well, people can, by hovering over them, have not only the reference, copy the reference, and open the link if a link was provided. In this case, it was a link to the repo, as I had asked him. There. Well, here he's doing a little demonstration that allows showing the interactivity. And then what else is there? HTML export, and the last slide blinks there. So, well, it's a first draft that Claude's making. And of course, the next step will be to move forward iteratively so that the presentation matches what you wanted as closely as possible. As you know, your request, which was initially given to Claude, contains the most important information to ensure you're satisfied with what's generated. And anyway, since we're working with generative AI, you'll inevitably find yourself doing progressive iterations to reach a point where you'll have a presentation that satisfies you in a fairly short amount of time. There you go. Thanks. See you soon.